brown bear stands atop a forest ridge, hidden in the foliage of a fir tree. He hears the whine of chainsaws below and the clanking of tractor treads, the growling of diesel trucks, and he knows what these things mean. Brown bear pushes a branch down to better see the harm being done to the forest. Trees reduced to tree stumps, deer running in confusion, the frantic chirping of birds that have lost their nests and nestlings. He sighs with disappointment, hardly noticing that Raven has alighted on a bough beside him. Raven senses the deep sadness of brown bear, greatest of land animals along the coast of the inland sea. After a long silence, Raven speaks.
God, I saw how sad you have become, brown bear, watching the approach of the two-legged animals. God, your jaw seems set against the things that lie before you. God.
Good morning, Raven. My jaw is set against nothing, except perhaps some ripe elderberries, should they be set before me. Nothing endures outside the will of Grandfather, but it is difficult to keep pace with the changes that befall us.
Caw, caw. You are the wisest of the animal people. What is to be done? Caw.
I have been dwelling on the matter for some time now. I think there is only one thing that can be done.
Something to be done? Caw. What can we do?
What is needed is strong medicine.
Caw. That is true. But where? Where is such medicine to be found? Caw. We have never done battle with the two-legged.
No, it is not war medicine I speak of. What is needed is a great medicine song and medicine dance.
Medicine song? Medicine dance? Caw, caw.
Yes, I am thinking that one of the animal people might lead all the children of Grandfather in a great medicine chant and medicine dance. We will call upon Grandfather for help. Only he, the Ancient One, can help us.
Yes, one of the animal people who would lead with great medicine.
A special animal with the wiles to prevail against the two-legged animals, but who is close to the heart of Grandfather.
Yes, of course. Have you decided who this leader will be?
I have.
And who?
I have decided to seek the help of Coyote.
Caw, caw, Coyote?
Raven nearly falls from his perch as he chokes and sputters on that name.
Coyote? That mangy, snaggle-toothed, chicken-thieving, good-for-nothing flea bag? Why, Grey Wolf ran him out of the forest a long time ago, and it's a good thing he did.
Raven, you forget. Coyote was first of the animal people created by Grandfather. And the coyote was chosen by Grandfather to help in the creation of the animal people and to give us our names. It was Coyote who helped create the standing people in the image and likeness of Sasquatch, the forest watcher.
That scoundrel is little more than a cheap imitation of Grey Wolf. His shenanigans are notorious, and the laughingstock of four-legged and winged animals. Even swimming and crawling animals hold him in low regard. They laugh at him, but stay clear of him. You know the saying, never trust Coyote.
Enough of this rivalry between Raven and Coyote. I have need of you both. Now listen closely. Soon, I will tell the four-legged animals to come and build their lodges on the gathering shore. Within a day or two, you will go to Eagle, chief of the flying people. Ask him to announce my plans to all the winged ones, telling them to bring feathers. All winged people, small and large, are to bring feathers. Do you understand what you are to do?
Caw, caw. But why in 2 days? Shouldn't I go now? Caw.
No, we must do one thing first before we begin our preparations. Pay close attention to my instructions for what you must do now. You are to follow the great waters south, keeping Mount Tahoma to the east. Fly over the forest lands to the great river where the standing people have built their crossing.
Later that day, Coyote slept in the shade of a rocky outcrop and scraggly pine trees. He rested peacefully, snoring with a wheezing sound in his snout. But a fly kept buzzing about, so he curled up into a ball of fur, head tucked inside his hind legs, tail laid across his ears. He tried to sleep again, but the fly's interruptions left him restive instead of resting. He peeked out through strands of dog hair, anticipating the pesky visitor. A black figure whisked across the sand beside him. His ears perked. What the hell was that? The fly seemed to have grown immensely. The shadowy figure flew back in the opposite direction, even larger. His curiosity piqued. He watched the ground with keen interest, half expecting to be blindsided by a giant insect. A cackling voice sounded above him.
Good afternoon, Coyote.
Coyote turned upward to the overhanging branches of a scrub pine. He focused on the black figure perched on a dead, broken tree limb. It was Crow. This was odd. He had no quarrels with Crow, but they rarely spoke.
Howdy, Crow. Crow, you say? Look again, my fine furry friend. Raven, at your service.
What was Raven doing out here in the desert basin, so far from the sea? This is some kind of hallucination or bad trip. Must be something I ate. Last night, feasting on scraps from garbage cans of local ranchers, greasy chicken skins, stale French fries, burnt cookies. That was it, chocolate chip cookies. Must have been the cookies. Stories are going around about strange substances the two-leggeds are putting in their cookies and brownies.
What's the matter, Coyote? Bobcat got your tongue?
You, Raven, provide a service for Coyote? Raven, what in tarnation are you talking about?
Strictly business. A business deal.
This is a real bad trip. First a fly turns into Crow, then Crow turns into Raven, and now Raven, my arch rival, wants to make a business deal out on the edge of the desert. Well, this is the end of it for chocolate chip cookies, that's for damn sure. Business deal? What kind of business deal?
Coyote, I'll be honest. I'm here on business for Brown Bear.
Brown Bear sent you to speak with me?
He did. Brown Bear needs you to help him with something important.
What help could Brown Bear possibly need from me?
It's about the two-leggeds. Things are getting out of hand. He's calling for a powwow of the animal people. He wants all the animals from west of the Great Mountains to come together on the shore of the inland sea, and some from the east as well.
Powwow? Of the animal people? It's been a long time since we've done that. Eons, I reckon. What do we do?
We'll call upon Grandfather to help. It's getting pretty bad with the new two-leggeds. Forests are cut, hills and even mountains are pushed flat. They poison the rivers. Some of the animal people have passed away, and we fear that we too will become ghosts. We must call upon Grandfather to help his children with a great medicine song and medicine dance. Brown Bear wants you to come as our song dog and medicine leader. Ah!
I understand how y'all feel, and Brown Bear knows how I respect his wisdom, but I'm doing very well since these new two-leggeds have taken over. Never had it so easy. While the food they leave for me, they even put out live animals at night for me to chew on. Fluffy little four-leggeds, sort of like Bobcat they look, and really dumb doggies with curly fur. They make tasty morsels. I no longer have to chase Roadrunner or any of that. The two-leggeds even celebrate with fire sticks when I come around. I'm sorry, but I'm doing quite well with things just as they are.
Ah, there you go again, thinking only about yourself. Haven't you learned anything after all these eons?
Listen, Raven, no self-respecting scoundrel's gonna fall for a line like that. What's in it for me? I can't go running off on some wild escapade, helping other animals out of the kindness of my heart. I have a reputation to uphold.
A reputation to uphold.
That's right.
Okay, Coyote, you win. I'll go back and tell all the animals you won't be coming. But Beaver Woman is going to be sore disappointed. She was asking about you.
Beaver Woman?
That's what I said. You remember Beaver Woman? Or has it been too long for you to remember? Should I tell her you've forgotten?
I ain't forgot Beaver Woman. I ain't forgot any of the animals of the forests and the mountains and the inland sea. You know what they say. Coyote never forgets. Maybe you're right, though. I should be more considerate of the other animals. Still, if somebody wants something from me, they should be willing to give me something in return. Don't you reckon?
You want something from Brown Bear? Or Beaver Woman?
No, I ain't talking about Brown Bear or Beaver Woman. I'm talking about you.
All right, Coyote. You want something from me? What do you want?
It's not what I want. It's what I don't want.
What you don't want? What are you getting at?
I'm talking about all the trouble you make for me when we're in the same neighborhood. Calling to beat all hell wherever I go, stealing food scraps from my den, and leaving your droppings on my pine needle bed.
Caw, right. No trouble from me while you visit for the powwow. No trouble at all. Brown Bear will stand by me on that.
No trouble from Raven while I visit for the powwow. Is that all? No, that ain't good enough. I need more than that. A lot more.
A lot more what? What else can I give you, my feathers?
I want an end to any trouble from you. Not just for now, but for permanent. No more pranks or shenanigans whatsoever. You catch the drift of what I'm saying?
No more pranks or shenanigans. For permanent.
Okay, we cut a deal. I'll get no more trouble from you ever again. Can I quote you on that?
Quotes the Raven.
Never more.
It is a warm, windless day on shores of the inland sea. At the summit of an island mountain, Eagle sits, perched in the upper branches of a tall pine. Scanning the clear sky and glassy waters, Eagle's sharp eyes perceive the details of objects invisible to most animal people, even the new two-leggeds with their many forms of tricky magic. He watches with keen interest the waters spanning the distance to the forested coast. Soon, two small figures emerge, winging their way towards him, growing incrementally larger as they approach. Osprey and red-tailed hawk glide over treetops along the island shore, then pump their wings with long, graceful strokes, ascending the mountain slope towards eagle. Following the strict decorum of raptors, they settle onto a branch near but slightly lower than eagle, who nods with approval at this gesture of respect.
Thank you, Hawk, for your prompt response to my request. Thank you, Osprey, for conveying my message. Before I speak, is there anything you wish to say? Any questions you wish to ask?
There are many questions on our minds at this time, but we wish first to hear your account of the pressing matters of the moment.
In a few nights, the moon will be full. As you know, Brown Bear has called for a powwow of the animal people. Already some animals have made their way to the gathering shore and built their lodges. In all aspects of our ceremony, we will follow the old ways given to us by Grandfather, Lord of the animals and all things that know. We are grateful for the many blessings Grandfather has given us, and we will offer prayers and gifts of thanksgiving to our Creator. But we will also make a petition for help in our hour of apprehension. Most of all, we will ask for wisdom in our dealings with the new two-leggeds. Brown Bear has asked that each winged person bring feathers from their nests to be used for head dressings and ceremonial wands. You, Osprey, will be the messenger to the seabirds. Tell them of Brown Bear's call for a powwow and the need for feathers from their nests. Hawk, you will be messenger to Falcon and the smaller raptors, telling them the same. At dusk, I will speak with Gray Owl, who will be messenger to the Owl clan, telling them of the powwow and the need for ritual feathers. Let us rest well tonight at our nests, that we may continue our work with first light. We have yet to make plans for Goose and Loon and the water birds, as well as the songbirds. Now, is there anything that I have said that you do not understand?
We understand well enough all that you have said, and we are confident that we can accomplish the tasks given to us. But the flying people will wish to know more about the powwow, that's for certain. How shall we sing? And who will lead us in our dance ceremony? If we do not know the answers to these questions, they will be left with uncertainty.
And we are curious as well. Fill our minds with more so that we may share our knowledge with the feathered tribe.
Yes, we shall sing and chant as we did long ago, before the first two-leggeds were created. We will again be one people, one family. Lodge houses, nests, and burrows will be made in a circle, and we shall gather in clusters within the circle, which is the way of nature created by Great Spirit. We will first chant songs of praise and thanksgiving, for he is pleased when we celebrate the joy of our lives as animal people and our appreciation for all that he has given us. Having done this, we will then make our prayer of petition, asking for power and wisdom in our dealings with the two-legged animals. Brown Bear has invited some animals from east of the Great Mountains. Crow and Ground Owl will represent our feathered brothers and sisters in the Great Basin. Chief among the four-legged people will be the song dog, Coyote. He will lead us in our songs and medley dance.
Coyote, why him? Gray Wolf can sing better than Coyote, anybody knows that. Why can't he be our leader?
I can't believe this. The raptor and owl people and the other winged animals will not be pleased to hear this. Coyote is not well liked by the other animals.
First of all, Gray Wolf does sing beautifully, but his song is a mournful one, and Brown Bear wishes to begin with songs of joy and celebration, and Coyote is good on that. Also, Wolf does not dance well. Coyote is better on that account as well.
That's true. Remember when Wolf tried dancing with two-legged? They look so stupid. They say Coyote can run circles around the two-legged. They're probably right.
You see, things look better with a little thought on the matter. And it's simply not true that Coyote does not get along well with other animals. Badger and Coyote go foraging together. Enough animals have seen that. And Stellar Joy is a good friend of the old dog.
Well, Stellar J, that's not surprising. He's such a bird brain.
The truth is, Coyote's a butthead. Anybody will agree with that. Even Badger has trouble with him at times. It's not easy seeing him as medicine leader of our powwow.
I understand how you feel, and I have to acknowledge that Coyote can be...
A butthead and a pain in the butt besides.
He's so anal.
Yes, I agree. It can be difficult dealing with him at times, but I have to say it is my fault things turned out this way.
Your fault? How is it your fault?
What are you saying? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's quite a story, not one that many animals have heard. Do you wish to hear it?
Yeah, tell us the story.
We want to hear it.
All right. I will tell you a story. Then you must be on your way to the smaller raptors and the seabirds. Is that acceptable?
Agreed.
Eagle knows, of course, how easy the animal people are when it came to storytelling. He looks out across the placid waters of the inland sea as if looking a great distance back in time. Looking out beyond Osprey and red-tailed hawk, he begins his story.
After Grandfather had created the animal people and had given all the animals their names, but before the first standing person was created, Coyote was envious of the other animals and the different kinds of work they do. Most of all, he was jealous of the winged people who fly about and live in trees and high places. One day he came to me for a favor. Brother Eagle, I need feathers. Can you give me feathers from your nest? I agreed. Yes, I said, I will give you feathers if you need them. Well, why do you need them? Coyote explained, I wish to fly like you and the other winged people. I will take the feathers and use pitch to attach them to my arms so I will have wings to fly where I wish. I will no longer have to walk about like Gray Wolf and Fox and all the other four-legged people. I grew concerned that Coyote was getting himself into trouble. So I said to him, perhaps you should think about this a little more. If Great Spirit wanted you to fly, he would have given you wings and feathers. I do not think this is such a good idea. But Coyote can be hard-headed, as you know. No, you are very wrong, Eagle, he told me. Flying Squirrel has no wings or feathers, yet he flies. And Roadrunner has both wings and feathers, yet she does not fly. I know I can soar as well as the flying people, with some feathers and pitch. Now you agreed to give me feathers. Please give them to me and I will show how wrong you are. So I gave him the feathers from my nest and he went off to do as he planned. But I worried about Coyote and went to watch what would happen. He put pitch on his fur and stuck feathers in his arms for wings. He even had extra feathers for his tail. He was very proud of this and paraded about like a winged person. Maybe pheasant, I think. Finally, he climbed a mountain with a steep cliff on one side. Getting far back from the cliff, he ran toward it as fast as he could. Coyote jumped from the cliff and flapped his arms like wings, but it did not go well. He fell straight down as fast as a mountain boulder, landing square on his butt. Poor Coyote. He hit the ground so hard. Different parts of him were scattered across the land.
What a mess. What could be done for Coyote?
Tell us, what did you do?
I went to see what was left of him. Only his anus remained there at the foot of the mountain. Feeling badly, I flew all about the earth looking for bits and pieces of Coyote. These I brought back to the bottom of the cliff and attached them to his anus as best I could. So Coyote survived after all, and as everybody knows, he's been an asshole ever since.